Welcome to episode 6 of the Whimsical Rant, the world's fastest paced podcast. It's the ultimate podcast for people with short attention spans. I'm David Hammertime Hamley, a comedian from Melbourne.
And I'm David Casey Boy Kaye-Smith, a long-time friend of Hammertime, who lives vicariously through the great man's exploits. I'm based in COVID-free Brisbane.
Yeah, thanks for rubbing in, KB, and thanks for nothing, ScoMo and Gladys.
Anyway, with 3 states in lockdown, Hammertime is doing his bit to cheer up the nation with not one, but 2 brilliant new parody songs.
One about the fearmongers.
At the Herald Sun.
And another about our underwhelming PM.
ScoMo!
So without any further ado, let's cut to the chase.
Let the rant begin.
We're going to open this episode with the sports report. Let's start with the AFL Grand Final, which is being played at Optus Stadium in Perth. KB, what has WA Premier Mark McGowan done to keep Western Australians safe?
Well, he's banned Eddie Maguire from attending the Grand Final. And Eddie's not happy.
And I can understand why he's had a dummy spit, KB, because he can no longer live up to his nickname, Eddie Everywhere. But he should be grateful to Mark McGowan, because as the Premier said, Eddie was actually denied entry to protect him from Western Australians. Apparently he's not too popular in Perth. He's also banned all the wags.
That's wives and girlfriends of players.
From entering the state. That means that not only will WA be protected from coronavirus, they'll avoid being invaded by a plague of vacuous Instagram influencers. Looks like they'll have to do all their important influencing work remotely. And speaking of Instagram influencers, let's talk about Nadia Bartel. She's the ex-wife of Brownlow medalist Jimmy Bartel. At the time of recording, Nadia has 566,000 followers on Instagram. Our education system has a lot to answer for, KB.
It does indeed, Hammertime.
Anyway, recently Nadia got into a spot of bother. She was filmed snorting white powder at an illegal gathering of 4 influencers. What was her punishment, KB?
The police fined her for breaking Melbourne's lockdown rules, but decided not to lay any drug charges.
Now, on the surface, it may appear that Nadia got off Holly Go Lightly.
Moon River, wider than a mile.
Oh, KB, bring back memories of Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's with yet another brilliant vocal performance. But back to Nadia. She didn't get off lightly. She ended up losing 2 lucrative contracts following release of the incriminating video. One of these was being ambassador for, and I kid you not, Australian lingerie brand Fine Lines.
So let me get this right, Hammertime. She lost a contract for promoting a lingerie brand called Fine Lines after being caught on film appearing to be snorting some fine lines.
Yes, KB, you can't make this stuff up. Nadia Bartel is the gift that keeps on giving. Ring the siren, KB. As promised in the introduction for this episode, we have 2 new parody songs for your listening pleasure. The first is about Rupert's Herald Sun. Let's have 3 boos for Uncle Rupe. Hip, hip, boo. Hip, hip, boo. Hip, 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 boo. Oh, that feels good.
Back in the 19th century, American writer David Thoreau coined the phrase, misery loves company.
And misery sure has a lot of company at the Herald Sun, KB. They've made negativity an art form. The Herald Sun has 3 main objectives: to incite fear, to incite outrage, and to incite hatred. And it does this very successfully through its stable of right-wing commentators.
Like Andrew Bolt.
Tony Abbott's love child.
Bolter's wife, Susie O'Brien.
There'd be laughs aplenty in that household, KB.
Rita Pahini.
The heir apparent to the Bolter.
Jeff Kennett.
Our bitter and twisted ex-premier.
And last but not least, Peter Credlin.
The biggest oxygen thief of them all. And their favourite target is, of course, Victorian Premier Dan Andrews. At the time of recording, they had 7 opinion pieces on their website bagging Dan the man's handling of the latest outbreak, whilst continuing to attack the woman, formerly known as Gold Standard Gladys, with a feather duster. But it's not all doom and gloom at the Herald Sun. Sometimes they have uplifting stories to cheer up their readers. During the extended lockdown in Victoria last year, they had uplifting countdowns of
Australia's 20 worst serial killers
and
Melbourne's 10 worst one-punch killers.
And if that didn't cheer their readers up sufficiently, they had a countdown of Australia's 100 top wags.
Once again, that's wives and girlfriends of high-profile sportspeople who ride on the coattails of their more famous partners.
Imagine how many brain cells would be lost by the time you got to the end of that list. But anyway, it's time for the song. Drum roll, please. It's a reworking of the Beatles classic, Here Comes the Sun. Take it away, T-Bone.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo, the herald sun, and I say, it's all shite. Little darling, the herald sun is like a splinter. Little darling, it's painful, make it disappear. Here comes the sun behind a paywall, old Rupert sun, and I say, it's news light. Kennett and Credlin, they suffer from relevance deprivation. Rita and Bolter, their obsession with Dan is really mad. Here comes the sun, inciting outrage, the Sky News sun, and I say, it's far right. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 it's really dumb. Sun, 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 upset your tongue. Sun, 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 leaves you numb. Sun, 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 it's really dumb. Really, 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 really dumb. Little darling, it said the ice is slowly melting. Little darling, but it's not climate change they sneer. You're in denial, Rupert. Here comes the sun, loosen brain cells, the tabloid sun, and I say, it all bites. Here comes the sun, it's really bonkers, the herald sun, and I say, it's all shite. You can say that again, and I will. It's all shite.
And now for a change of pace, it's time to talk about the environment. On September 8th, the Liberal Party in Victoria made a decision that showed they really care about the environment, KB.
Did they announce a policy on global emission targets?
No, but they did show their commitment to recycling by bringing back Matthew Guy as leader. They had a leadership spill, they shuffled the deck chairs on the Titanic, Michael Windscreens O'Brien bit the dust, and the best they could come up with was the man who led the Libs to a crushing defeat in the 2018 state election. Just like old Mother Hubbard, they went to the cupboard and it was bare. Do you have the results for the 2018 election, KB?
Dan the Man's Labor Party, 55 seats. Matthew Guy's Liberal Party, 27 seats.
Bow, bow. As they say in the classics, if at first you don't succeed, fail, fail again.
Anyway, hopefully second time around, Matthew Guy will be more selective in choosing his dinner companions.
Excellent point, KB, because back in 2017, Matty was engulfed in the lobster with a mobster scandal. Google it if you get a chance. It's a jolly good read. And now, a musical interlude.
the General talks, you better listen to him. 'Cause when ScoMo talks, he's just a big bag of wind. When the General talks, you better listen to him. 'Cause when ScoMo talks, it's all deflection and spin.
I used to think that Warney was Australia's all-time greatest spinner, but ScoMo blows him out of the water because he turns every delivery. Since the tragic day when Scott Morrison became PM, he's made only one good decision, asking Lieutenant General John Fruin to take over the disastrous vaccine rollout. Unlike Slow-Mo, the Lieutenant General appears to be trustworthy, he appears to be competent, and has no political agenda. The main problem with ScoMo is that he's incapable of telling the truth. He likes telling pork pies about pork barrelling, like car park raw. In fact, his first instinct is to lie about pretty much everything. The botched vaccine negotiations with Pfizer.
His friendship with members of QAnon, the conspiracy theorists.
Trying to get the disgraced leader of Hillsong invited to a White House dinner with Trump.
The JobKeeper overpayments to wealthy businesses, schools and churches.
Go, Harvey, go. Tim Standard, Gladys's handling of the Delta outbreak.
Claiming that Australia's record in cutting greenhouse gas emissions was better than most developed countries.
When we're actually near the bottom of the OECD list. We could go on, but it's time for a song which sums up ScoMo as a human being perfectly. It's a reworking of the Doors classic Light My Fire, and it's called You're a Liar. It's infectious. The chorus is just so damn catchy. You can't help but sing along. Let's rock.
You know that it would be untrue to deny you are a bare-faced liar. And I would like to say to you, Pinocchio, you must retire. Come on, ScoMo, you're a liar. Come on, ScoMo, you're a liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. The time to hesitate is through. Your reputation is in the mire. The election, hopefully you will lose, and your career become a funeral pyre. Come on, ScoMo, you're a liar. Get lost, ScoMo, you're a liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. The time to hesitate is through. The vaccine rollouts really dire. Most Dad and Gladys just a ruse. In the corporate world you would be fired. Come on, ScoMo, you're a liar. Jog on, ScoMo, you're a liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. You know that it would be untrue to be a climate change denier. If we put a polygraph on you, the needle couldn't get much higher. Come on, ScoMo, you're a liar. Rack up, ScoMo, you're a liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. You're a liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. You're a liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. You're a liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
That was Hammertime on lead vocals and lyrics, David T-Bone Barnett on guitar and backing vocals, and David KB Casey Boy DKS Deeks on nicknames and back announcements.
We hope you enjoyed the 6th episode of the Whimsical Rant. We look forward to your listening company again for episode 7. P.S. Make sure you subscribe so we can feel the love, baby.